Hey everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here. Hope you're having a great day. Hope this video can make it a little bit better. The following video was taken as part of stream. I hope you enjoy, and let's get into it. Let's grab Leona. So we can throw on her relic and cruel experiments. So allies with Daybreak have tough. When an ally activates Daybreak, grant allies 1 power. With the cruel experiments, since our units have tough, they're going to probably block that 1 damage and then get the overwhelm and impact, which would be nice. You're late for the echo part of it, but welcome, Giga. Any suggestions for stack deck and whom can play it? You can benefit from it for pretty much everyone. It's especially good on adventures where you don't want to cut any cards or adventures that are very long. So like using that on anyone with Leona, or not Leona, Lysandra is very good because that's an adventure that's on the longer side. You normally can't cut many cards. Really good into Fiddlesticks, again, on pretty much anyone. But it also can just be a very good passive relic. Can work well with Nautilus since he can have more cards in his deck. But I would still not really work on, if you are using it, don't necessarily try to like buy every card possible to get the biggest buff, because normally the drawback of just getting too much garbage in your deck isn't worth it. So normally you're not really going to get over like a 1-1 or a 2-2 is normally where you're going to be landing, which is still nice for all of your units, but pretty good for anyone that is doing like a more passive build where you're focusing on your units. Can be nice for like a Darius. Try to buff up your units, try to get that second star power triggering more often. Can be nice for like Horo King. I think there's a bunch of champions that can use it, but then also there's a lot of adventures where it can be good on pretty much anyone. Anyways, yeah, we're going to try these two together. And then we could go for Strength of Stone. But I don't know if there's a different one I also want to do. Like Black Shield is nice. Strength of Stone is nice. I think we'll probably still do that to get that extra scaling, especially with that tough. It should be pretty good. Are there any that I'm kind of missing that would be better here? Black Shield is solid. Strength of Stone is good. Found Fortune can be fine for Ravoon, but I don't think we really want to try to be relying on him this time. Oh, I think normally it'd be the perfect Hex Core. Doing that to try to protect our units to give them barrier. That would be the good thing to do for Strength of Stone. Yeah, I think those are the other like major ones. I think we'll try this, see how we can do without the Phalanx to protect all of our units. I do know that is quite helpful, but yeah, let's grab this here. This is one of the relics as people suggested when I was doing the tier list video. And I do think it'd be nice to test with that Shield of Daybreak. So let's grab this here. Yeah, I think I kind of just want to test into Diego. And we need to change the title. Alrighty, let's go for a power here. Wounded Prey, Follow the Wind, Treacherous Terrain. Stunning the enemy won't be as important. We'll hopefully have enough damage that enemy blockers, especially since we have Overwhelm, won't be that much of an issue. I think we go the defensive route for the Treacherous Terrain. That can be okay. Let's go for a Spiderling. Let's get rid of both of these. We can hold on to Ravoon, hold on to Zenith Blade. Alright, let's drop this right here.
Where are you?
Okay, interesting. So our Shield of Daybreak, despite the fact we have that before Cruel Experiments, it did the damage before the tough, which makes that worse, especially with our other effect, our Strength of Stone, the Formidable. We could go for Zenith Blade, but I think let's save it. So let's drop Ravoon here. So yeah, once again, he takes the hit and then he gets the tough, which is not the best.
No mercy for heretics.
So by blocking these units, we would be reducing down our stats for future attacks quite a bit, which is a little bit rough.
Gaze into the light. The guilty were banned.
I think we have a lot of health. We can take the hit. It's fine. All right, let's drop Leona into a Zenith Blade.
The dawn has arrived.
Never leave.
Bask in the light's radiance.
Okay, so for her, she didn't seem to take the damage. Interesting. Let's go ahead and drop this here to kind of spread it out. Yes, this account does have gemstones unlocked. And let's go again.
Blessings from the sun. Behold the divine power of the sun.
All right, so we could go for a Morning Light, but we should have way more than enough damage. GG.
Daylight everlasting.
All right, so I don't actually know if this relic is going to be that good. Like before, it was like, okay, with Leona, you are perfectly countering it. Sure, we can go for Smash and Dash. I guess the one good thing is you normally do have temporary buffs for the round of the give effects. And so once that goes away, you're still left with your full amount of health. So you are still minimizing the damage from the Cruel Experiments. But kind of the point with the Shield of Daybreak was for that to kind of nullify each other, which is a little sad. Oh, your writing is so good. Sometimes I can't stand the community. Everyone's talking about silly Vivian obsessed with Pantheon, but she has honestly got a genuinely tragic backstory, one of the most tragic in the game that I've seen so far. Much rather people love her and praise her than making memes about her. I mean, yeah, that's always an issue with games, is the community. Kindred, Zareth, Evelyn. Husks are interesting. They would get a decent amount of stats, and then you could transfer those over to someone else, which wouldn't be terrible. I don't really like Kindred. Zareth is fine. But sure, let's try Evelyn. And I think let's go for the shop. So I think let's go for Mist Wraith again. Glad you are enjoying the writing, though. Yeah, this is fine. I do like the Sun Spear for these units. Let's... Yeah, I think drop this guy right here.
Getting warmer.
And we can immediately attack. And yeah, the Husks will actually be decent for just further buffing up units. I like Ravoon, but I think I would rather drop the bird right here just to get a double stun going. Alright, so the bird didn't take the damage.
Tough day, friend.
I'm not really sure why some of them are blocking the hit and others are taking it. I think we'll go for this guy, even though he won't activate the Daybreak effect. Just so that we get a little bit more scaling with our Ravoon. And we get the extra mana. Sure, this unit should be pretty massive.
I should stamp you out like the insect you are. Impress me.
Oh, I would love to drop the bird, but this will potentially just be enough damage on its own. Yep. 6-star Leona with the Strength of Stone plus the Leona Relic is just so good. Seems like the difference takes place when it's your turn versus the opponent turn. I don't really like killing our own units. That's not great. We already have Overwhelm, so it kind of doesn't matter. This one's really expensive, though. I suppose we can grab this. Yeah, it seems we'll see if the difference with whether we take damage is consistent with our turn or the enemy turn. Having a Chrono Break at the start of the game is not bad. We're killing almost no one outside of combat. Let's leave and see if there's another shop. There is. Sure, let's go for a Chrono Break that we'll have at the start of the game. Yeah, and let's try to go for the other shop. So, Duelist. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. I think using the Sunhawk on the opponent's turn is probably the best. Yeah, let's go for Domination. Just 'cause it's absolutely massive.
My shield is yours. Useless.
How dare you?
Don't waste
Well,
my
there goes half their
time.
health. We could just Chrono Break, but I think we'll potentially open with a Sunhawk. Yeah. Leona scaling is so ridiculous. We'll drop this for extra mana next round.
Plenty of time to go around.
Beg.
So this was their turn. We dropped this unit and he still took the damage. So I don't think it actually has to do with the turns. At least it's not consistent with that. So if we drop Evelyn, we can't go for a Chrono Break. Honestly, it probably doesn't even matter, to be honest, because we're just going to be able to end regardless. Well, let's drop the Shield Bearer.
Shining sunlight. Don't waste my time.
Let us settle this with grace and civility.
So we can attack like this, should be able to end. If not, we do have a Chrono Break, but
Shield up.
yeah, shouldn't really make a difference. GG. One nice thing about this is we're really not having to rely on our phalanx at all. And having Overwhelm is good, but with the Cruel Experiments, we're getting almost no benefit over just running Beast Within. Like, for this one, sure we get a little bit of impact, but that is not making a difference. We're overkilling them by so much. Let's go for this Devilcorn, I guess. Yeah, will be best here. Zenith Blade could be okay. This could be fine to shuffle a bunch of Zenith Blades in our hand, but the problem with counterfeit copies is you normally want to play this first, and that's kind of the issue. You want to be playing other things first. Yeah, I think just buying extra copies of this will be fine. That's the biggest issue with Zenith Blade is you run out of them super fast because you only have 2 baseline. Let's go for a reroll, see if we can get a good... Yeah, that's fine. Oh, I didn't actually grab it. There you go. All right, let's go cut a card. I actually like both of these. They're pretty solid. I think get rid of... Sure, we can get rid of this silence. And let's get rid of Fiora.
I would gut down the opposition.
Yeah, 6-star Leona actually is pretty fun. Actually, just Leona at 4 stars. This is fine. Yeah, let's open up with this. We'll potentially be able to kill, yeah, their Fiora, which is a little ridiculous. Bank the mana or drop another unit. If we bank it, it would help towards Chrono Break. This would be another unit that's scaling, though. I think we'll, yeah, just bank it. It's fine. All right, let's go ahead and we actually could drop Ravoon, but it's not like we're gonna play or have enough mana to play another unit anyways. Let's actually go here just for the double barrier. I just didn't want these challenger units to actually be able to get a kill on us. And then, yeah, we can bank that as well. All right, so we'll drop Ravoon, and then we'll have 3 mana left from all the stuff we've been banking.
Follow you to the edge of daybreak.
All right, that's not super nice. But yeah, we can attack, and then if they kill Ravoon, doesn't really matter. We'll go for a Chrono Break, Revive, and Rally. So yeah, I think I'll actually let them try to block and kill him here. Granted, we won't have the same amount of scaling, but... GG. Remember to put on sunscreen or you'll get perma-stunned IRL. Yeah, I'll probably need that for the weekend. We 2 weekends ago took down our deck, but we still have a bunch of nails and boards we need to get rid of that we'll probably be doing this weekend. Yeah, getting Leona reduced down, not too terrible. Where, I mean, this is just going to affect our husks, which we're not necessarily generating consistently. Let's see. Yeah, that's not bad. Let's go for the champion item. So Stalker. The little fruit fly is back. Oh, killed it. Nice. Okay. This looks pretty good. They would potentially get enough units for the Sunhawk. Oh, they just don't have anyone for us to stun. Double attack. This, yeah, sure. Let's just go hard. This will be a very big unit that is just gonna, yeah, immediately do half their health in damage. Alright, pretty good. Alright, so let's go for our Leona in order to get a nice stun off there.
Behold the sun's holy light.
I think let's drop some of these just for, well, blockers and for extra mana. Yeah, don't actually want that unit to die, so we'll just block right here. Alright, don't. They might have some removal like a Vengeance since they're Shadow Isles, but developing shouldn't be that big of a deal. Could go for Zenith Blade. Let's go for Sunhawk double stun. And we can go ahead and go for that again.
Sunlight burns in our weapons.
I guess, yeah, it's not going up twice. Yeah, the lifesteal's not great, but it shouldn't really matter. Also, we have Chrono Break if we somehow needed it. But, yeah. GG. I do like that this is a very fast-paced Leona build, where often Leona can be a little bit on the slower side, and you're not having to rely on tons of animations of stuns or things like that. I think that can be one issue with... I mean, this is good, but we're overkilling them so much, it doesn't really matter. When you go for a Found Fortune build with, like, Ravoon. Titan's Axe, okay. Sunblessed Vigor isn't bad. Summon 2 Lookouts, that's actually pretty good for us. Yeah, alright, so Honored Lord... Sure. Yeah, like this is a lot more fast-paced, and since you have the Overwhelm, you don't have to rely on stuns, which is very nice. We can get rid of one of these. But again, this isn't really doing anything more than just going for, like, Beast Within would do. So it's like we could go for Ravoon. If we go for Ravoon, we can't play anything else. We could go for Leona. I think let's actually drop this here. We could go for a Chrono Break, but I think let's actually just try to develop our board. This unit will probably die. Oh, I didn't want to kill him. So now we can drop Leona. So we weren't able to trigger a lot of Daybreak effects. But it's still a pretty big attack. All right. So we can drop Ravoon, but again, he only really works well if we're playing multiple Daybreak effects, which we could go for like the Shield Bearer, but I think let's go for Stellar Corn. Yeah, this is a Stellar Corn. And then we can go for a Chrono Break. And GG. Nice. Yeah, I don't think this run is really going to change my opinion of the Warwick one. So it's not really making anything better than just going for Beast Within is. And that's kind of the general vibe I get from this relic. It's like, it is good. It's a good alternative if you don't have Beast Within to get that Overwhelm. But if you have Beast, then most champions aren't really going to care about this for its effect. It's just another alternative to get Overwhelm. We can give it a Sunburst. We're probably never going to play it. Let's go for Viego.
No power in this world can stop
Like,
me.
outside of Warwick, that gets, like, we're really trying to look for anyone that can benefit from the extra damage. And as far as damage to your units, and that's pretty much just Warwick or Tom Kench, potentially Vlad if he releases, but other than that, let's, yeah, get rid of that one. And like, we even thought that maybe someone like Tridimir would like it if he had more of a self-damaging effect, but that turned out to not really be the case. Smash and dash. Leona does have double attack. Let's try to pass. They should play something. Yep, so we drop Leona. She'll get that double stun off.
The sun's splendor revealed. Come, the
Let's
journey ahead is long.
go here for a little bit more damage. And we can drop this for more damage as well. And yeah, not quite ending. But we have that Chrono Break. Alright, that's totally fine. Once again, we will go for... I mean, we could go for a Sunhawk, or we drop another Leona, and then we get another Leona when we use our Chrono Break. So, win-win.
Glorious light rains down.
Alright, stun. Stun. Chrono Break, and then GG. GG. Oh, cruel because of the tough. Yeah, that was the thought behind it, is since we're using Leona's relic, we were thinking that we wouldn't take any damage, so we're getting the overwhelm and impact, but not doing the self damage. And so it was like, oh, maybe it has a little bit of extra synergy there with her, but most of the time it's still damaging our units. Alright, so that was pretty good, but that was mostly just because of its 6-star Leona with Strength of Stone and her relic, which is incredibly good, and then just having the overwhelm. But again, this isn't really doing anything more than what Beast Within is doing. And then most of the time, the tough from her relic isn't actually blocking the 1 damage from the Warwick one. Despite the fact we have it in this order, this damage is still going off first. So again, when thinking about like the tier list that I'm working on for all the paid relics, this really isn't changing my rankings for Cruel Experiments at all, because it's not really having any extra synergy over Beast Within. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, a like and subscribe is always appreciated. Also, if you want to check out our Twitch stream, Discord channel, or the main YouTube channel, links to all that are down below. Thank you again for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day.